Are you ready to learn the 3 secrets to launching a successful podcast? Hi, I'm Bill, a recent client of the Podcast Mogul. If you've been thinking about starting a podcast but aren't sure where to begin, he's got you covered. He is hosting a free webinar where he will share the 3 secrets that can help you launch, grow, and monetize your podcast without any fancy equipment or technical headaches. Click the link in the show notes to save your spot now and let him help get your podcast off the ground.
You're listening to Invest in Yourself, the Digital Entrepreneur Podcast, hosted by Phil Better. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, it's me, it's Phil Better, back from a nice holiday weekend. I hope you all have had a great holiday, whether you're celebrating Christmas, Kwanzaa, Hanukkah, whatever you celebrate. I hope you had a good one with family. If you couldn't see them in person, you at least got to see them virtually. Now, let's jump into today's episode. I have Kevin Maggio on the show. He is a podcaster that does a show with his wife and 2 best friends about scientifically trying to pick the best Disney movie. That includes Pixar, by the way. So, without further ado, without any preamble, I think I've done enough talking for now. We're going to jump into the episode. Make sure you stay to the end and subscribe to his podcast and tell a friend about it. So let's listen. I have luckily enough to have Kevin on the podcast, and he is a podcaster, and I'm lucky that I'm his second podcast at the time that he told me that he's guesting on. So I feel very privileged and honored to have you on this podcast that hasn't technically released an episode yet. So I feel honored for that. But you have a podcast called Defining Disney's Podcast, or Defining Disney Podcast.
Yes. Correct? Yep, that is our name. I am primarily our editor, and my lovely wife, Nicole, and our best friend, Caroline, are our primary hosts. Mm-hmm. And they compare currently all of the Disney animated canon films. So only films that were released by Disney Animation Studios are in the works. Once that list is complete, then the plan is to move on to Pixar, other animated features.
That Disney owns, pretty much.
Right. Basically anything Disney owns is going to be fair game. But the original concept was built around the canon films and ranking them best to least best.
Ooh, good luck with that.
In the most scientific way possible. So
I have to... So... Before you continue, please let me know that in at least the first episode, you guys break down your scientific method for ranking Disney classic movies.
Yes, we actually, they go over that every single episode.
Okay.
And even before the segment. So, Nicole or Caroline, whoever is driving the episode, will talk about our criteria that we judge the movie on, and then as they move forward through the episode, they move from story development into how music affects the story. Wow. Then they will actually tell everybody, okay, now we're focusing on music, because otherwise it would absolutely just get lost. Yeah, there's so much.
Yeah, no, I like that you guys broke it down. Your team decided to break it down very scientifically and allow the listener to take the same scientific journey, if you can, with it. It's interesting because for me, Disney is, I guess for everybody around our age, like Disney is, it's Disney, like it's childhood. Boom, like your whole childhood is Disney. I remember TGIF on ABC. Mm-hmm. Disney up here in Canada on CBC, they used to have on Sundays it would be Disney night, so Disney's original movies would be playing for us. And so like even now I'm thinking back to like a connection again with Disney. Like Disney, wow, you guys got a good you own that market right there. Just like I'm just getting, like, as I told you before, like you got a new fan in me just because defining it's amazing idea, because everybody has their own idea and feeling with these movies, especially the original, like matted Disney productions, animated. Oh my god, I kind of want to stop and start listening to the podcast, but I'm not. I'm going to say
we do have 14 episodes out already. So, first episode is Snow White. It was the first Disney animated feature ever. So we felt it fitting to start our podcast with that, but we didn't go chronologically afterwards. So we've got, some of the Dark Age films, package films, digital, and even some of the Renaissance films.
Yeah, I'm just going to take a look here. Yeah, Fantasia, Frozen.
Yeah, Fantasia is actually the one episode that I guested on.
Ooh, I'm going to listen to that one first. So yeah, we got Fantasia. Disney's innovation continues, which I like the title. Frozen, Disney's take on the world takes the world by storm, which is true. Frozen did catapult them to the next level. We have the Adventures of Ichabod and Mr. Toad. Mm-hmm. Disney tackles a classic literature, and I remember that movie. The Rescuers, a miniature Disney adventure. I like that. That's such a cute. Who comes up with the titles?
That's Caroline. She is our, I would say, our resident writer. Okay. She's written for sports publications online. She's had her own blog on and off.
Okay. So she understands copy because she's doing an amazing day. Meet the Robinsons, oh my God, The Little Mermaid, 101 Dalmatians, and it's really smart. Putting most of the names in the title, because then when someone searches for it specifically, you guys have it and someone actually knows, okay, what is this podcast about or this episode about? That's, wow, you're taking the things I wish I learned when I started my first podcast. I'm applying it now, but like seeing it on a brand new podcast is amazing. I love it. Your website's amazing as well. I love how you have a scoring and ranking. I just noticed that now on top. So like that allows anybody in the past can understand as well and read along with you. And then the Joan R. Ohana. I like that, by the way. Very Disney. Is that your Patreon?
Our Ohana currently is just our email list. Oh. We are looking at launching, instead of Patreon, we like Coffee better, KOFI.
Haven't heard of Coffee before. I'll have to check it out.
It's very similar, but a little differently organized. So it looks like it's a little better for the creators and for your supporters.
Okay.
Because with Patreon, I believe you can sign up and then it doesn't charge you for a month. So if you want just benefits for 1 month, some people have been abusing that. Yeah. And I seriously doubt most supporters would.
Yeah. It's those ones that kind of like, oh, Joe Rogan has one. I just want something for like a month and then leave. But the ones who are hardcore,
So with Coffee, you can support the podcast once. You can support it every single month. There are different subscription levels. So it just seemed like it would be a better fit for us.
Yeah, it does seem like I already like it. Just while you selling it to me, I love it because it looks like it protects both the creator and the personal, like the real fan, from having these abusers come in and ruin the fun in essence. Because you'll always have that. You'll have people who want to ruin fun, things like that. So no, I like that. It sounds great that they're trying to protect, and it only helps us and the market. Because they're going to push Patreon to do better, and Patreon's going to come out with something better, which is going to benefit Coffee and likewise. So that's great. That's why I like the digital world. Everybody's coming together to help out.
Yes.
So who originally had the idea for the this podcast?
That came out of, I want to say, it's been years since the original idea floated. We were all hanging out watching Disney movies, and I want to say we got in an argument about whether one was better than the other. And Nicole is very analytical. Caroline's
not
really creative. She is analytical, but she definitely likes to err on the creative side. So together they were like, it would be nice to have some sort of solid objective ranking system, but that's so hard with Disney movies because they're so subjective. Like, people love Disney movies whether or not it's a good movie sometimes, just because it was your childhood movie.
Yeah, it's that warm fuzzy feeling, the memories that come along with it. The movie could be, some movies are absolute garbage. I'm not gonna say like they're not the most amazing thing, but all that good memories that come with it, you know, like sitting down with your family, cuddling with your dad or your mom, you know, watching it with family. Those are memories. That's what makes a movie good for me.
Yeah,
my
absolutely.
personal feeling. If you can enjoy the movie with family, it's a great movie.
Exactly.
So then you guys all got together. How did you get roped into being the editor?
So that happened.
I hate editing. Editing's the one thing I hate the most about podcasting. So whenever I hear someone stuck editing, and I'm like, either they really love it or they got screwed somehow. So I'm hoping you like it, or something else happened.
It's I think it's a combination. I love the technical side of everything. My day job is in IT and cybersecurity.
Oh, nice.
And Caroline's husband, who Nicole and I have known since college, so we're all just best friends. But Stephen, he also works in IT. So when this idea became more than a blog, and we said, okay, instead of just doing a blog, we're going to do a podcast. The question was, you know, how are we going to do all the technical stuff? And Caroline found, I can't remember her name. I'm sure I can send you a link afterwards to put in show notes. But she followed one of the online classes, how to launch your podcast. And
I wish I took that before I launched my first one.
It was actually a really good $80 to spend. She bought the course and did most of the stuff and relayed information to us, gave us access to all the written things. Yeah. But on that, we kind of needed to detail it out. Okay, who's going to do what? More techie stuff? Who's going to write? And split it up, because these are pretty big episodes. Yeah. I don't think we've had one that was shorter than an hour. So getting them edited and trying to get that to happen efficiently. Originally, it was Steven and I were going to kind of hand it back and forth. Yeah. And I got into the first episode and was like, editing is this huge world that I didn't know existed. I thought it was like, okay, record into Audacity, take out the ums and ahs, and you'll sound good. And I was listening to it back going, something is missing here. Like, how do the NPR guys sound so good all the time? And things like that. So I started researching and have gotten so into it that I'm the editor. And so I enjoy it, except for the tedium of going through and removing ums and ahs and finding, because I'm sure people out there I cannot run it at 2x speed and catch stuff.
How happy would you be if I could make your life really freaking amazing?
Oh?
So I just found this new software. Okay, it's free, up to 4 hours. You upload audio, it transcribes it for you, and it edits like a Word document.
I feel like I know what you're talking about, but haven't tried it. I can't remember the name, though.
It's I can't pronounce it because Lord help me. spext.com.
SPEXT. Okay.
Yeah, like speech text, like SP. Okay. Text, but without the T. Anyways, And I just uploaded my previous episodes of guests, and it is the most amazing thing in the world because you have a Word document to transcribe that's already transcribed for you. So you don't have to transcribe it. So if you want to make a blog post out of it or whatever, you have that. You also get to it. You literally highlight the highlight it, delete, and it's gone. It's like both from the transcript and the audio. It's amazing. It has made my life so much easier because that's the part I hate most. That's the most tedious part, the ums. Find those ums because you're like, and then at one point you're like, forget about it. I don't care anymore. But with this, it's like boom, 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 boom. It's super quick.
I definitely just wrote that down because we also, we have a friend who is so busy, and bless her soul for taking it on, but she helps us and transcribes all these episodes by hand.
Very, very welcome that I just saved your friend's arm.
Yes. So, but we feel like it's really important to have transcribed episodes. Unfortunately, with our busy schedule, it's always maybe a week late or a few days late.
No,
but,
I understand.
You know, it's a podcast, so there's no visual. I can't, nothing's on YouTube now for us yet. I'm thinking of adding YouTube to our repertoire, but
I'm going to give you a lot of help right now because this is what I want to do. I want to help people. So for free, like I gave you one, but two more, another one, not two more, one more. So I hate uploading to YouTube because it takes so freaking long. So I wanted to find out how to automate this. So I did the searching. I did the technical thing because I'm lazy. And I live by Bill Gates' idea and quote that's been a tribute to him. Give a hard task to a lazy person and they'll find an easy way to do it. So I Googled and I found a great thing called Zapier. Okay, ZAPIER.com. Now, what this allows you to do, it automates stuff for you. So connect Dropbox to it, to YouTube. And then all you have to do is upload it into Dropbox, and then it will take care of loading it up into YouTube for you.
Oh, that's brilliant.
Yeah, and I haven't figured out how, but I saw someone with some documents get like all the notes and the date and all that associated to the upload. I haven't learned how yet, but that's the next thing on my list. But yeah, so what you can do now is just take the audio with a picture, upload those for now to YouTube. So you start building your momentum. And then when you finally bring some visual like we are right now to your podcast, you guys already have somewhat of a fan base built up. So it just keeps rolling forward.
Yeah, that's actually a great idea. I wrote that one down too.
Hey man, this is what I'm here for. If you have any questions, anything, just reach out, man. Podcast helping podcasts. Like, look, there's 7 billion people. There's 7 billion years for everybody to listen to a podcast. Like, I listen to at least 5 podcasts minimum that I know of. So like, doesn't matter. You're not stepping on my toes. I'm helping you out. You're helping me. Like, you work in security IT. If I ever need security IT, I know who to go to.
Yeah, absolutely.
So use those tools. They're great tools. Who are you hosting with right now?
We are using Libsyn right now. We looked into it. Podbean, Anchor, a lot. I really liked at first the ability to immediately monetize through Anchor. And then I read their terms of service. Yeah. And I did a bunch of research on that because some people were saying, oh, their terms of service aren't really as bad as they say they are. Anchor released a thing saying, no, our terms of service don't really say we're going to steal your content. What? We won't. But they never changed their terms of service. So after digging more into it, Libsyn does everything we need it to.
I'll save you some more love, and here's some more. Podcast.com.
Just podcast.com?
Either podcast.com or podcast.co.
Okay.
It's made by podcasters, pretty much. So it's not a corporation trying to do it. It's podcasters came together. They actually work with Zapier, so it's easier for you to bring those two together. if you don't like them, they also allow at their second level. So I think that's about $50 a month. They allow pre and post rolls, so you can upload any ads you want up there if you wanted to. Some other benefits there, and that also I think allows you 20 shows, I believe.
Okay.
So if you ever want to have additional shows, break off, or your friends, you're like, I'll just run this mini network of podcasts. Also, if you don't like them, there's Transistor. And I have to give a shout out to them. They're part Canadian, so woohoo, Canadians. But they also have a great thing, and they're brand new on the market as well. They're only about a year old, but they're also run by two podcasters. They also have a podcast about running Transistor.
Gotcha. Cool.
There's all these great things coming down the road for podcasters now that it's that COVID unfortunately has hit.
I mean, that's when we started actually getting ours off the ground. We had been talking about doing, we can make it a YouTube show. We could make it a podcast. We could just do the blog. Everybody was working full time. All of a sudden now we're all working from home, and
you see the time just seems to open up all of a sudden when you're working from home.
Yeah, especially, just the commute time. It's like, I have an extra hour a day. Yeah. You don't necessarily feel like that's a huge amount of time, but then you look at the clock at the end of the night, you're like, wow, I have some time to actually do something for me.
Yeah, it's insane how much I gained 2 hours of free time just from starting working from home, and I was like, oh my god, what am I going to do? And so I started another podcast because this is a smart thing to do. No, Phil, relax. No. Podcast, another one. Let's join. And I have another one I'm working on as well. And this one's on tabletop RPG.
Oh, very cool.
I've never played. Oh, do we have a guest showing up? No,
I heard a noise, but I don't know if that was my dog or what was good. I have two dogs. So if
what kind of dogs?
They're both rescues. One is a Beagle Lab mix. Nice. She's the baby. And then our older one is, we think, like a Schnauzer small terrier, like a mini Schnauzer terrier blend.
Nice.
So
very cute. Very cute.
Yes.
I don't have a dog yet. I've had dogs. I love dogs. I'm planning on getting a big dog, a bull mastiff, actually.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, big dog.
Yeah.
But I have to wait. But as I was saying, I was going somewhere, and I got off track because of dogs.
Tabletop RPG podcast.
Thank you. So I've never played D&D or anything like that. So it really sucks because I've never played that. So I was like, oh man, I want to play. And I've talked to a few friends like, okay, maybe. And then all of a sudden on a podcasting group, someone's like, I want to do a podcast on.
Give me like 1 second.
Yeah, no problem. Take your time, man. Take your time. No
Sage, hey.
Just pause the recording.
She's sitting right next to me and completely quiet, napping the whole time. Some random noise outside, and we have to bark at it.
Yeah, of course. That's how it works with dogs. But yeah, so I never played it, as I was saying, with tabletop RPG, and then luckily I just saw someone randomly post, I want to start a D&D podcast, but I don't want to edit. I'm like, I don't want to edit either. Do we have anybody else who wants to edit? And then all of a sudden a new podcast was born. It's crazy how podcasts just form like that.
The barrier to entry is so low on podcasting. I mean, I have a $100 mic and have picked up various headphones and things, but to be honest, your phone, your headset that has an inline mic and a quiet room, and you can get started and just...
It's great. That's what I love about podcasting. Like right now, I am a full studio. I'm audio, I'm video, I'm like marketing. Like that's what's great about podcasting. You become a business if you want to be. Like you guys are probably just. What is the goal with your defining Disney? Have you guys talked about it?
So far, it's really just, we want to put out a high quality product, obviously, but it started off as a fun conversation between friends, and we don't want to put all the pressure on it of being like, oh, we have to make X number of money, or we have to go find sponsors and all of this stuff. So, currently we're not making any money. We recently hit 1,000 downloads total over 14 episodes. So we're super excited. Thank you.
You should be. Like, look, I'm like, in my 3 years of podcasting, my first podcast only got 6,000 downloads over over 100 episodes. So over 14, you've already got 1,000. Congratulations. You got a market that's definitely yours, and it's going to continue to grow. What are you guys doing promotion wise? Like, obviously you guys don't, eventually maybe money down the road, but right now it's just you're concentrating on the fun part of it and not worried about the business part, which is smart.
Yeah, absolutely. It's not something where we need to chase the money. And I can't say it's true, but I feel like it just puts undue stress on you creatively when you're chasing after a sponsor or the money or whatever, because you overanalyze everything you do. Oh, I only got X number of downloads the first day on this episode. What am I doing wrong? Like, probably nothing. What happened that day when you dropped the episode? Maybe, the world's on fire and nobody's downloading podcasts today.
Australia decided to spark up another fire. Who knows? But yeah. You're right. Like, when you're because I think what it is everybody's like, oh, I want to make so much money, because they saw how like Joe Rogan got this big money, or they hear about this celebrity over there. They're like, oh, I'm going to do it, or they're going to be the next true crime podcast, and they don't realize that yes, the barrier is so small to get in, because all you need is some inline mic, like you said, in your phone. But to get those listeners, that's where it's huge. Because it's your quality of airtime your quality of content has to be supreme. Because you're taking people's time. Like either they enjoy your conversation that you're having, your way you have your conversations, or they enjoy what you're bringing to the table. Like, you guys defining Disney. They're like, I want to hear scientifically proven reasons why Little Mermaid is better than Frozen, or whatever. They have that option, or they just want to listen to two people randomly talk about other things. They can find that. But you have to have that good quality content and good quality people talking about it, because I don't think you want to listen to a monotone person talk about Disney.
No. Oh, God. Could you imagine just listening? I'll use myself as an example. I don't think I'm that monotone, but if I'm just like reading copy about Disney off of the screen with no inflection, nobody's going to listen to it past 5 minutes. They're just like, okay, great. I love the movie,
generous.
But like
5 minutes? You're a generous person. I'm like, after the first 30 seconds, I'm like, nah, click. Next.
That's actually part of the reason I don't put any music in our podcast.
Ooh.
Almost every podcast I've ever listened to has some sort of like musical intro, outro. Right. Not knocking it at all, but when I was looking at finding audio to do that, I was having a hard time finding exactly something that would represent the show the way I wanted it to. And then I started editing our first episode, and I just liked the plain intro that Nicole and Caroline just say, well, hello there, welcome to Defining Disney. And we're into the episode. It tells you what you're listening to and sounds great.
Sorry about that. No, that's amazing, man. Like, pardon me. I'm probably going to have, like, I haven't decided on how the intro is going to go. I know it's going to be because I'm going to listen. In this episode, we talk about blah, blah, blah. But will I have music that leads into the conversation? Do I have music leading out of the conversation? Who knows? I haven't decided yet, and I still have hopefully time, or else, dear Lord.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's interesting to try, because my other podcast I did have an intro, and this podcast I don't know if I'll have a musical intro.
For the tabletop one?
The tabletop, we have decided that we will have music because it's just adds to it, you know.
Oh, yeah.
It is D&D. You want to have that like extra oomph. So
I'm sure you got to search for the royalty-free stuff, but you need to find all those
sound effects,
DM sound effects that are all over the internet. My friends run multiple D&D games, and I've been involved in a few. One thing I love about that is you can go as mild or wild as you want. Mm-hmm. You can all sit down at a table with your character sheet and just tell a story and be a part of it, or you can have miniatures and sound effects and all sorts of cool stuff.
Oh yeah, crazy. I'm looking forward to it. Luckily, our DM is a buddy of mine. He plays the guitar and he's musically inclined, so he's doing all the music for it. So he's doing the intro, and we have plans on trying other tabletop games like the Alien and other things going forward. But right now we're concentrating on our D&D story. But yeah, I'm looking forward to it, and oh my God, so much fun. So we're coming up to the time. I hate doing this, but I'm going to give you 5 minutes, or however long you want, up to 5 minutes. Okay. You're going to promo your stuff, man. Look, the show's already sold itself to me, but sell it to my audience. I'm going to get off screen here. Give me a second here. Hide self view. Boom. You're on screen. It's fully you.
All right.
Tell us about the show.
All right. So our show is called Defining Disney. We are on Twitter, Facebook. We have our own website, definingdisneypodcast.com. And our hosts, Nicole and Caroline, go through all of the Disney animated movies and use as scientific as possible rating system to give every single movie a score. And our goal is to ultimately define what the best Disney animated movie is. We are obviously releasing episodes every 2 weeks. So we do watch parties on Twitter every other week on Thursday nights at 8 p.m. And we will watch, we live tweet, interact with fans, and then at the end of that show for that particular movie, we go ahead and sprinkle in fans' opinions about it. And then we give our final score at the end. So we don't ignore that there is a subjective love for each and every Disney movie, and we're still ranking them objectively.
As best you can.
As best we can.
While you were holding the screen and holding court, I was over listening to while you were saying like we live tweet. I'm like, oh my God, that's genius. Then we interact with the fans. I'm like, oh my God, they're freaking masterminds over here. Like, why? Where? Oh, and then I'm like, then you're like, we throw in the opinions at the end. I'm like, done. How are they only at 1,000 downloads already? I'm telling you, people. By the time this episode probably airs, you're going to be at like 84,000 downloads. Disney's calling you up going, hi, Defining Disney. Do you want a permanent deal, you know? But yeah, no, I'm very
get us
happy.
on Disney Plus.
Dude, you know what? Reach out and ask them. Do it. What do you have to lose?
Fair enough.
All they'll say is either no or steal your idea. Whatever happens.
Yeah.
You know, you can go, look, we had the idea first. We have a podcast, you know. But yeah, reach out, do it. Maybe they'll boost it. Tweet them out, you know.
Yeah.
And plus,
tweet
you have your
at
fan
Disney
base.
Plus at Defining Disney.
Yeah. Wait. So you have 1,000. How 1,000 over 14? That means you're getting about 80 downloads an episode. If I'm
roughly. I mean, obviously, our newer episodes are a little lower. I think Fantasia. We released it this month. It just hit 40 downloads.
So you have a solid, at least 40 to 80 solid fans.
Yeah, I would think so. Yeah.
about that. And with Lipson, you can actually get the concentration of where they are depending on the plan, I believe. Because I was with Lipson.
Depending on the plan, yeah. We're on the lowest tier for them, so I can just see downloads over time per episode, basically.
It's fine.
But our very first episode and second episode, I believe, have both gone over 100. I believe Snow White is at 120 or so downloads. It's been out since June, I believe.
And have you guys been asking family, friends, and that to download, to listen, or anything like that? Or this is just pure organic?
We've asked family and friends. We reached out, to people on Twitter. Caroline had a pretty decent personal Twitter community going because she interacted with the college gymnastics community a lot. And that's where she wrote sports blogs for. So she found a lot of her friends in that community also intersected with Disney.
There you go.
And so we brought them in. We've brought a few of them on as guests. We kind of, I don't want to say spammed because it sounds
spammy,
but use hashtags on Twitter.
Hashtags on Twitter, on Instagram.
Join,
Here's a suggestion. Have you joined Disney groups?
Yes.
Okay.
So
good.
On Facebook, this is a cool thing. I am friends with the writer of Atlantis: The Lost Empire on Facebook. Tab Murphy is my Facebook friend. And if he hears that, he's going to think I'm crazy for actually bragging about it and being like,
wait, this is a friend, like you've met, him, or is this just the person?
We're connected on Facebook.
Okay, you're connected on Facebook. Okay.
He's in the group and interacts with the fans a lot, which is super cool. And so one day he said, I know all you guys are sending me friend requests. I'm accepting as many as I can. And I go, friend request. This is going to be either he's going to say no, or I'm going to be friends with Tab Murphy. Like, we're going to see. So,
okay. Second challenge. When you guys do get to the Atlantis episode, you have to reach out to him and ask him. You know what? Start now. Ask him now. Go, look, we're planning on doing an episode on Atlantis, subjectively rating it as a Disney movie. Would you be willing to guest?
We did that as our third episode before I was friends with him, because Atlantis is one of our favorites. But
you can do a recap.
There is a goal of most likely a bonus episode, because obviously smaller episodes or interviews we would like to keep separate from the actual project.
Of course.
But the goal is to get some of the writers like Tab. We might have an in with the creator of Darkwing Duck as well. So yeah, Caroline reacted just about the same way when
For those who are listening and not watching on YouTube, I have had my mouth hit the floor, sucking in as much air as I could. You don't understand how much I love Darkwing Duck. Oh my God. Seriously, I already followed you on Facebook. I'm going to follow you guys on Twitter because I'm going to I'm going to jump in when you guys are doing the live tweets.
Yep.
But
hashtag DDP Watch Night for anybody who's looking to jump in.
Don't worry. I'm going to take all your hashtags. I'm putting it in. But if you can get one of the Disney writers on your podcast, they can open the door to the others, because they're like, hey, we did this, and then you don't know where it goes.
Right.
So I would highly suggest reaching out to Tab and saying, hey, we did an episode. We would love to hear your thoughts on it, because you're friends with him. Send him it. Say, hey, we did an episode on your movie. I would love to hear your thoughts on it. And if ever you think about guesting, please, we would be honored. And I guarantee you, he'll be so flattered. No, you don't understand this. There's another podcast I follow called Geeks Under the Influence.
Okay.
And one of the people there is a huge Jay Baruchel fan. Okay. And they just celebrated the 200th episode. And so they got all their fans to start tweeting Jay Baruchel about it. And he literally tweeted back and said, thank you guys, it's an honor. He's a Canadian boy. He's a Montrealer, so he's very humble. He goes, it's an honor. Congratulations on your 200th episode. And here's a shout out. So it's like, awesome. Yeah. So you never know. So if you reach out now, he will be honored. Trust me. I have friends who are webcomic artists, and they love it when the fans reach out to them because it's validation for them, you know? And some people may say Atlantis isn't one of the better Disney movies. And I say, screw you. It is amazing.
Go listen to our episode and watch the movie one more time. And if you don't agree that Atlantis is one of the most underrated Disney animated movies, then I don't know how to help you, because
they're no amazing. Friends of mine.
Atlantis and Treasure Planet.
Bruh.
Absolute cult favorites of ours.
Oh, amazing. You guys have a fan for life, and I'm going to join you, Hannah, right now live. Look at this. I'm sharing my screen.
Thank you.
I'm going to do it. Wait. Share screen. Oh, wait, no. When I share screen, my computer freezes because my computer's too old.
Don't do that. Don't do that.
No. I'm joining the Ohana. Going to put it right here. Email address. Where is it? There we go. First name. Subscribe. Which company are you using for your email list?
MailChimp, I think.
MailChimp? Good. I'm with, which reminds me, I'm going to plug my my mailing list now. I'm with SendFox. They're a good company. I got a lifetime membership for $49. So I was like, yeah.
Okay.
They're really great, but they're part of the King's AppSumo group. And so they have a lot of good things for content creators. They have something called King Sumo, which allows you to do giveaways.
Oh, cool.
Great. And it's free. So it's like, yes, there's a paid version, but they have the free version as well. So, man, thank you so much, Kevin, for coming on and opening my eyes to this amazing podcast that now I'm a lifetime fan. I'm just going to get branded. DDP.
You know, one day I'm sure we'll have merch.
Oh, yeah. And if you need help with that, let me know. I've started doing merch, as you can see right here. Invest in Yourself sweatshirts are available, as well as mugs.
Looking good.
If you want to invest in yourself, make sure you buy one.
That's the first step, right?
Yeah.
First step in investing in yourself is buying Phil's merch.
It says, invest in yourself. So, Kevin, thank you very much for coming on. I'm looking forward to listening to your episodes on Defining Disney's podcast. If I'm going to tweet this out all the time now. I'm going to join you guys on Thursdays. I'm going to shout out my opinion. I can't wait for it. Thank you very much, guys. Go listen to his podcast. Go download the podcast. Specifically, his episode will be the main link there, and then afterwards, it's why. Jesus, I'm forgetting words here. Atlantis is the best Disney movie, and then all the other social medias will be down in the links below, as well as all the other baloney that usually comes with this podcast. Thank you, and listen to my outro.
Thank you.
Oh, thank you. No, I have to thank you. You've been more valuable to me than anything. Jesus. All right, before we continue blowing up, I'm going to leave. Listen to the outro, please. I'm probably selling you something, but it may help. Or maybe I'm selling his stuff. I don't know. All right, bye, people. My question to you, though, is what is your favorite Disney Pixar movie? Whatever it is, let me know. Either send me an email at phil@philbetterinc.com, or better yet, go over to Kevin's Instagram for the podcast. It's in the links down below. Go on the episode that he has, his most recent episode, and write which is your favorite Disney movie and why. And if you agree with any of their other ratings on Defining Disney, make sure you interact with them, because that's the best way to help a show. Now, I have one small favor to ask you. It's a small call to action, and it's not a big one, because I don't want you guys to be too overwhelmed, because I don't like being overwhelmed with call to action. So what I'm asking you is to tell one friend about either my podcast or Kevin's podcast, because I guarantee you that this episode is probably going to help someone. Either it's going to help Kevin and grow his numbers, because who doesn't love Disney, right? Or it's going to help me, and I'm going to elevate Kevin's podcast, because that's all I care about. I love elevating everybody. And I hope you guys have enjoyed so far these 10 episodes that I've released. If you have, please let me know. Please reach out to me any way possible, through Instagram, through Facebook, through Twitter. Just reach out to me and let me know how much you have enjoyed this episode, after you've, of course, shared the episode. Those are the two things I need you guys to do. Can you do that for me? If you can, I thank you so much. And remember, if you're looking for protection online, we have an affiliate link with NordVPN, a virtual private network which will help you protect yourself online. So it's in the show notes down below. Just give it a click. And I thank you so much. And remember, guys, invest in yourself.
Thanks for tuning in. Now it's time to take the next step. When you're ready to dive deeper into how to launch, grow, and monetize your podcast, Phil's got something special for you. Join him for a free webinar where he'll reveal the 3 secrets that have helped countless entrepreneurs succeed in podcasting. Click the link in the show notes to save your spot, and let's turn your podcasting dreams into reality.